Welcome to Overdrive AF, the official podcast of Overdrive Fitness. My name is Teddy Gerzon. I'm joined by Gina Marie Gerzon.
Hello.
As always, social media coordinator, Destroyer.
What's up?
And Jimmy the Brit, back on.
Yep. Not British.
But he is in English.
True.
Or as my people say, English.
Oh, God.
What, too soon because COVID's around?
Oh, God.
Funny. So, yesterday I posted on social media, I did a little photo shoot in my Johnny Moxon jersey, and someone was like, "Oh, where'd you get that jersey? Amazon?" And I responded, "eBay," with a Chinese flag emoji. Gotta be specific where it came from.
Absolutely.
So,
You were reciting lines as well from the viewer. Yeah.
Playing football in West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime, but I don't want your life.
There's not enough accent in there, though. It was much better yesterday.
Kilmer said the next 48 minutes are the next 48 years of our life. Well, I say the next 24 minutes are the next 24 minutes of our life.
I have to live with this.
I love that movie.
Live with this. Day to day, every day.
Like, Rudy's supposed to be, like, based on a true story. It's a fucking horseshit fiction movie. Remember the Titans wasn't entirely true either, and neither was Friday Night Lights. That's why I live for movies like Fast and Furious and Varsity Blues.
Oh, yeah.
Because if we're gonna be fake, let's fucking go real fake. But not as fake as Star Wars. Fuck Star Wars. Shit's so unbelievable.
Yeah, you're a Star Trek guy, right?
No, I prefer Star Trek over
Trek.
Star Wars. I don't like Star Trek.
Okay.
I just think it's more logical.
Yeah.
So.
My dad might have something to say.
No, your dad likes Star Trek.
No.
Your dad likes Star Trek over Star Wars. He
Well,
does like
okay,
Star Wars.
Yes, but
Yeah. Remember we were watching the last Fast and Furious, the latest one, and your dad was like, "Oh, this is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense." I was like, "You watch Star Wars."
yeah.
Yeah.
End of
Oh my
conversation.
God.
And your brother almost shit himself.
Oh my God.
True story. All right, so Bing Bong, the Knicks still suck.
Thanks.
Fucking Chicago are the Kings of New York, apparently.
New York teams can't catch a break.
No, none of them. None of them. Kyrie might get traded to maybe China. I don't know who else is going to take him.
Might
Yeah.
as well get somebody who can show up to a game.
Yeah. He does this to like every team he plays for. He didn't even play a full season at Duke.
Yeah, that's
Played
the
like
thing
6
is,
games and got the first overall draft.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it wasn't the vaccine, it'd be something else with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's annoying.
They'll be like, these people still don't think the Earth is flat. So, what else is new? How many miles did you run last week?
I think I got in 10 miles before don't know if you can tell, came down with a pretty nasty cold.
Oh, it's not bad.
Sidelined me.
Shit.
Aw.
I haven't been sick in like 2 years. I forgot what it's like. And like
All
2
good.
days in, I was like, is this forever? You know, you
Yeah.
have those like days where you feel really shitty.
You're
Aw.
approaching
This is just-
finals.
What's up?
You're approaching finals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
this is when your body starts getting compromised because all the stress.
Yeah. We'll survive.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's just rabies.
Yeah, it's-
And Michael Scott found the cure for it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah.
Nothing that some carbs can't fix, Desi. You know
That's
this.
true, yeah. I got a bagel waiting at home to cure me.
Nice.
Just one.
There's like a whole bag. But I can't at this point rationalize eating more than one bagel per se.
Did Aiden bake anything up for you guys? Come on.
There's some loaves of bread that apparently we're not allowed to touch right now, so I don't know what the fuck is going on.
But it doesn't mean it's illegal if you touch it.
That's true.
What if you don't touch it and you just kind of pop one in your mouth?
Yeah,
It's not,
yeah.
I better
If I
touch
take a
it.
fork and a knife. That's
Just take the center of each loaf.
You can make French toast. Be like, I bet I didn't touch
Yeah.
it.
Cut like a triangle out of the center of the
Yeah.
Just to piss it off.
Yeah, each one should be a hieroglyphic. Or how many loaves of bread did you make?
Dude.
2? So you should do Delta, and Omicron in both breaths.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Stick with the theme.
Hell yeah. Just remind him what year it is.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, favorite bagel, go.
Everything.
Blueberry.
Blueberry.
Oh my God! He stole it from me.
That's my thing.
I love blueberry.
Everything.
It first started with blueberry Pop Tarts. Blueberry Pop Tarts were for me.
That was fine because
Remember?
I bought you all blueberry and all the strawberry were mine. And I knew they would never get eaten.
I was always a cinnamon. The cinnamon one.
Yeah.
I can't condone
Crazy,
fruit.
yeah.
in a
That makes
bagel.
sense. You are invited to the cookout.
When I
See,
was a kid,
I knew
went
I
with
liked Jimmy.
raisins.
See?
There's still a part of Jimmy I don't like.
Oh God.
He posted
What's that?
something about liking that Beatles movie on Disney Plus.
So good.
Yeah, but the Beatles are not so good.
No, you can't say that.
I did say it. It's on the
No.
fucking record.
No.
Yeah,
You don't
It
actually
is.
believe that though.
The real talent in the band was fucking put in the closet until he got his solo star.
Who are
Which
you
one?
talking about? Which
George
one?
Harrison.
George Harrison.
Yeah, well, I agree. George Harrison is,
He's
I
the
think,
best
the most
one.
talented Beatle.
Mhm.
But the Beatles are by far, and I love Led Zeppelin. I love the Rolling Stones. Love the Who. The Beatles by far, innovation-wise, best band of all time.
They played on mono
Greatest
in that
band of all
stereo.
time.
Can't do it. Also,
Yeah.
do you like Blink-182?
I'll listen to like a couple of their songs.
They're
Yeah.
basically the Beatles. Every song is 2.5 minutes long.
Yeah, but like,
Not enough content for me.
but
And
oh,
it's
so you
so
like
basic.
the long, so you like the long like Grateful Dead
Beatles
style.
have like.
No,
8
it's not.
minutes.
It's not so much the length. It's just like, oh, I'm just gonna bob my head to the side and play
No,
really
that's
simple chords.
see, that's early Beatles though.
Yeah,
Late Beatles like Magical Mystery Tour, Sgt. Pepper's,
Abbey Road.
too many
Abbey
drugs.
Road.
Too many drugs.
Not enough drugs.
Yeah, Beatles suck.
Oh man.
Oh, my goodness. Can't
Yeah.
believe I just heard that.
Dude, I will say it again. The Beatles fucking suck.
Yeah, you don't want to get.
I woke up and chose
Debate with
violence.
Teddy.
You
Yeah.
did. You really did. I was not expecting this.
Oh yeah.
I was not expecting that.
The only time that I listened to the Beatles in college was when one of my roommates, so I had two roommates my sophomore, junior year, and one of them, Adam, he had this Asian fetish.
Hmm.
So he would always bring home an Asian chick, and it didn't happen often. But when it did, me and my other roommate, Pat, we'd put the speakers in our apartment against Adam's wall and just blast the song "Oh Yoko"
Oh no, just screaming.
Yeah. on repeat.
This is also the roommate that didn't like to use
That
the
is
heat because
hysterical.
he didn't want to pay for it.
Yeah, he did not like to use the heat. I remember one time we had girls over and like they're like, "Oh, it's cold." I was like, "All right, let me turn up the heat." And he like sprinted into his bedroom, came out with like 4 blankets and threw them on the
You
bed.
don't want to
And I was like,
Wow.
"Bro, this is why you don't bring home any girls."
That's why, bro. That's
That's
hysterical.
next level.
So, everybody's entitled to their opinion. You don't like the Beatles, but
Mhm.
can you at least appreciate what they did for rock and roll? Like,
Totally. Come on.
you gotta.
It depends because it's like music has never changed. The music industry, it's always whatever the producers want to push. So
In a way,
the reason, like, if you were to take the Beatles and put them in today's music,
yeah.
you can't tell me that they're gonna overshadow Cardi B because the world is fucking obsessed with Cardi B,
Yeah, well, that's true because
and
she's
that's
just got
also
the hype.
because she's
and-
an industry fucking puppet.
Right, yeah, she's definitely a puppet.
Yeah.
But the Beatles, they wrote all their own songs. They did everything.
Who wrote it though?
It was mostly McCartney and John.
No, it wasn't because McCartney and John,
Here we
they
go.
fucking made sure that their two names were the first ones written on every song, even when they didn't write them.
But they
That's
when
why.
like
That's why "While My Guitar Gently Weeps" sucked when it came out with the Beatles, and was awesome when it came out solo, which was
Listen.
actually written for Eric Clapton.
yeah, well he did the guitar solo on that.
It wasn't good until
He
he
did
did
guitar,
it, and they
yeah.
were they hate each other.
It's
Yeah,
amazing. And
Yeah,
he had a
'cause they
hard
were-
life.
he showed
oh
them
my
weed.
God.
They were fighting over the same girl.
A lot of sadness
Really?
in his life.
I didn't know that actually.
You call yourself a Beatles super fan?
I am.
History.
But I didn't know they had beef actually.
Oh, yeah.
I know that they were friends originally or something, but then I guess
Yeah, they had a guitar duel
yeah.
until like 4 a.m. one night, trying to see who would win the girl.
Oh wait, no, I have heard about that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We
have heard
watched
about
that.
3 of
that.
the best songs in rock history
Yeah.
are written about the same woman.
Yeah.
Layla,
Layla.
"While My Guitar Gently Weeps," and "Wonderful."
Yeah. Well,
Boom.
She was Oh, good.
Yeah, that's what we like to call voodoo vagina magic. So bad. So bad.
In your terms.
I am exposing the world to my wonderful vernacular. My English teacher would be very proud of me for utilizing all these SAT words in my life on a daily basis.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if any of those count as SAT words. I think if you wrote voodoo vagina magic in an SAT essay, they'd throw it away.
It's only a matter of time before Merriam-Webster puts it in the dictionary.
It's like a hyphenate.
Yeah. I mean, they fucking put conversate in there like 6 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
That's a word.
Irregardless.
If that's a word, yeah, irregardless. If those are words, then so is voodoo vagina magic.
A compound word.
Yeah. Yeah, if you fucking look up that word in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, you will find George Harrison's ex-wife.
Yo.
Facts. So, we are gathered here today to speak about Jimmy the Brit's progress, right?
Mm-hmm. So Jimmy decided to put himself through a transformation, and his main focus was performance. Obviously, with some fat loss goals in mind, we wanted to be able to get to a certain weight but not exceed that weight. And it only took Jimmy 5 weeks which is no time really, to get where he needed to go. So Jimmy gained 3 pounds within that 5-week term. His body fat dropped 2.5%. Fat mass dropped 4.3 pounds. His skeletal muscle mass went up 4.5 pounds. His LBM increased 7.3 in 5 weeks. So I know Jimmy was putting himself through a very specific program within that 5-week term. We did supplement with Prestige as well, and I think that that did a great job. But the goal was to not exceed 180, correct?
Yeah, it was like,
Right.
get to that, yeah.
Right?
Not
So-
exceed it, get to that.
Yeah, and even within that 5 weeks, did you notice a change for
Yeah.
yourself?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And then even for Jimmy too, logging food and kind of like mindfully working through like a daily calorie goal and macro goal was never really something that you had done before.
No, I did it for 1 day in my life, and I quit after the first set because I was like, this is ridiculous.
So, and you know what? Sometimes it's not for everybody, and we have to find what works for the individual. We have to find what's going to be sustainable. And then for Jimmy too, Jimmy is an athlete. He works here. He coaches here. He's also had taken on an assistant strength coach position at Stack.
Assistant to the strength.
What?
Assistant to the regional manager.
Right.
Office manager.
Thank you. So there's been like an increase in like the stress levels. There's times when Jimmy was coaching the football team too here at Stack. So there were long periods of time that he wasn't able to eat. So we had to find something that was going to be able to work for him. So starting to just focus on incorporating foods that were going to keep him kind of focused on feeling really full and sustaining him for hours. If he's at a football game, he has to come back here, back to Stack, things like that. And I think we achieved that within that 5 weeks, and we had Thanksgiving too. So hydration. So like all of these things, like his body water increased about 7 pounds during that 5-week term. So being more hydrated, getting in the proper amount of protein, his carbs and his fats, playing around with those per day, like depending upon how much activity, what type of training you had that day, if there was a single session, a double session.
Yeah.
So getting used to listening to your body more, and having the macros and the calories there just as a guideline, and just becoming more mindful of how you were feeling with the amount of food that you were taking in.
Yeah.
And starting to notice that you're packing snacks and packing things while you were here, which was good. Because that never was the case, right?
No. There used to be, I would eat just like a big breakfast in the morning, not eat for the rest of the day, then just have like a big dinner. You know, that was my thing. So, like being able to, like tracking your calories, like that helped me, like squeeze other meals in throughout the day, whether it be like a peanut butter and jelly or like, you know, pre-made chicken or rice, whatever it was, you know.
Things like that, right?
Yeah, and like, no, I think like all in all, it was definitely worth it. Like another number that I saw in the InBody is like my BMR went up. Like,
absolutely.
a
I'm sorry,
amount.
I pulled that up. Yeah,
no,
yes.
and
absolutely.
and I was like, and that's big just for, you know, just metabolic processes, you know. So no, and I think that's what attributed to that, you know, like, and then it was and that the whole process like created like habits now. Like I find myself now saying like, oh, like let me just go eat something real quick. Like where I used to just be like, forget it, like it would just come in, go out. Now I'd say like, oh, now I have to eat food in order to maintain this, you know, like feeling, you know.
Absolutely. So we started to create habits that are becoming very sustainable for you. So like in the long term.
Yep.
So it's not necessarily that you have to track your food and log your food every day, because you kind of almost get used to, like creatures of habit, like we get used to eating maybe very similar things, kind of subbing in one thing for another, in and out for each meal. So, you know, if I'm not having rice, maybe I can have potato. Or if I'm not having chicken, maybe I can have turkey. Or, you know, if I'm not having eggs, maybe I can have some cottage cheese or whatever. Like, what can I sub in and sub out so that I'm still feeling and maintaining my performance, which that was our primary goal. And then fat loss and body composition change. So, which you achieved all those things in a really short time. Like normally when we do these transformations, it could even be like 3 to 4 weeks. Like, what could we do within that 3 to 4 week time? So we took the 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And even you just adding in, so like there was more being put onto your plate. So like, am I getting the appropriate amount of sleep? Right? And then taking on another position at stack. So like the stressors were there. So like, how do I feed my body? How do I fuel my body efficiently while being able to maintain the structure in my program that you had written for yourself?
Yep.
While feeling stronger and getting stronger within my program, within that time frame. You know, pushing yourself, working the weaknesses, like getting focused on eating every several hours. You know, things that are sustainable, being mindful of those things, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like Jimmy was very successful especially in that short amount of time, and it's already starting to solidify. And you had even mentioned to me, like, 21 days to create a habit, like really, really like honing in on it and adapting and adopting, really. And adapting to that change, adopting the habit itself.
Yeah.
Right? So
Absolutely,
when we were talking the other day, right? And then, you know, being able to adapt to the different stressors, which again, you more on your plate, being able to get through your training, coaching here, coaching at Stack, writing up programming for Stack, like it's more. It's not just, you know, getting up, going to school, whatever. So like the extra stress too. Okay, so how can I modulate? How can I recover? How can I adapt to all of that?
Yeah.
Right?
No, yeah. I mean, yeah, like another example is like when I had the double days, you know, I would have to say, all right, now like bigger breakfast, you know, maybe like an extra sandwich throughout the day or PB&J or whatever, you know. And now it's like, now I could take that into the future where maybe I'm not logging the food every day, but I know like, okay, instead of, you know, if I'm doing a one workout, if I'm doing a double, I'm gonna say, all right, I'm gonna have, you know, a little more carbs, you know, maybe have an extra egg, and then on rest days, you know, take out the egg yolks, have some egg whites, you know, like stuff like that, you know.
You're listening, you're being more intuitive.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what, like, I think that's the number one thing that, like, I gained from it, you know.
And even with the athletes, too.
Yeah.
So, like, I think it's nice to have different options. So, like, we worked on, okay, what portions, so what hand portions would you need of things? What could another option be? Okay, maybe we want to log our food.
Yeah.
People have a scale at home, or they have, you know, cup measurements at home, or they want to weigh things, or whatever. So they have those different options, But at the end of the day, okay, so, and we were waiving calories too, so you were mindfully thinking, all right, so I have my double day, so I would normally eat more. I'm going to need more to sustain me because I have my AM workout and my PM workout.
Mm-hmm.
And then on another day, if you only had one workout plan for yourself, all right, so just as you said, I know I need this much for breakfast, I need this much for lunch. I want to make sure I get a good dinner in. But then on rest days, like on a Sunday where, maybe you're going to sleep in, you're feeling a little sore from the week, what do I need to sustain me? So like
right.
you're starting to feel more confident in what you would need pertaining to what you were doing or what you were not doing throughout the day.
No,
like,
absolutely.
Is it a mentally, draining day? Is it physically draining day?
Mm-hmm.
And that can go for anybody, athlete or not. Do you have a high-stress job? Are you seated at your desk all day? Are you an athlete and do you have an AM workout and a PM workout and you have classes, finals, like all these things going on? So like what do we need as an individual?
Mm-hmm.
And again, I think your basal metabolic rate had gone up right away. I mean, looking at all these numbers, you gained 3 pounds,
mm-hmm.
you lost 2.5% body fat, your fat mass went down over 4 pounds. I mean, these are all wins right here.
Oh yeah.
And everything is working in your favor now.
No doubt.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think you did great.
Mm-hmm.
I think
really
the number one thing I learned though is that that I now have to program rest into my periodization of whatever workout. That is like, and for people listening, that's like, if you're grinding every day, you like it taking a few days off, or like in my case, like I would take Saturday, Sunday off, or I would active rest,
Mm-hmm.
But now I like knowing me, it's gonna have to be like 4 or 5, because like that one day I came in, people who were in here took classes. I messed up my neck a little bit. Couldn't work out for a week. Couldn't do my 6th week of it, which I was kind of annoyed about. But like I already reached the goal, so I was like, all right, But no, like rest, being able to recover and like getting the right amount of sleep is like crucial in a program, and it's something that I think is overlooked so much. Which is why like this week they're doing a deload week, right? So, that's gonna help them recover if they've been on this program. We started with eccentrics, went to isometrics, concentrics, and now deload. They're recovering, so now next week they're getting right back at it.
Exactly.
So it's something that now I have to look at into my programming for myself. Is that okay? Now I have to, take a few days off more than just the 1 or 2 days in the week.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And like we had spoken about last week, and it was that I think was like the real diamond that we found in the bag of goodies, where sometimes we get angry when things like that happen, but it's the magic within the journey, right? So we know, like for you, because you go balls to the wall, you're in it, like you're all in. When you train, you're all in. You're very focused. But it's nice to see, like, okay, so like you had said, programming. All right, if I'm going to hit it and I want to peak at this point, let me bring myself back down. How many days of recovery will I need?
Yeah.
So that's why even for us, and even with other athletes too, we always program in some sort of either a mobility or contralateral, something so that it's forcing them to bring it down a notch.
Yep.
Because if we're in that headspace and that mindset where we are balls to the wall, we want to be in that mentality, all the more reason to bring ourselves down so that we do recover and we can hit it harder in the next phase.
Yep.
We're always at 100.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So if we don't say, okay, I messed up my neck, but it's more about, okay, so what could we do? So even going forward in the next program, so like you said, programming in your rest days, or maybe it's even a rest week.
Yep.
And then programming in, so maybe could I do more mobility, or maybe throw in a more aerobic or contralateral day, or whatever the case, or maybe I actually do take like a full day off.
Yeah.
But you see what I mean?
Absolutely.
So yeah, and on those intense days where you were waiving the type of training that you were doing too, right? You were focusing on that eccentric, isometric, okay, so cluster sets and things like that, heavy
Yep.
And I know sometimes we don't have a spot either. So, and again, stressor upon stressor upon stressor, I think that adds more to our plate. You know, and as humans, we can only take so much. You know, so just listening, being very individual with what do I need.
Right.
You know, it's a great it's all a win.
Yeah. No.
Everything.
Yeah, you got a glass half full kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where it's just like, what can you take out of it? It's a learning experience. It's pretty much with everything, you know.
And you're feeling better, yes?
Oh yeah, it's feeling like almost 100% now. It's
That's
like there's
great.
still some stuff. It's like annoying. It's still tight, but you know, I was able to work out today. It felt awesome. You know. I got it. Yeah.
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 And it was good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Felt good.
Did you bench today?
No, I just stuck to like some machine work. You know. Just,
That's okay.
Yeah, just like.
But the pressing was okay?
Yeah, that felt good. You know,
Okay.
lat pull downs felt good. Did some leg press and stuff like that. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah. Now getting back into
Easing
it.
back into it.
Oh yeah. No,
It
fired
was a
up.
win all around for Jimmy.
Yeah. No, I
You know?
appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah. No.
Really, really good.
Yeah, no. Thank you for like setting up the nutrition and everything.
It's all good,
It was
yeah.
definitely helpful for sure.
And then you just bring it right back in. You're just going to go
Oh yeah.
do what you need to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No doubt.
Did you do any neck isos?
No, I did not.
What about frog pumps?
frog pumps? No,
I just fucking.
I was like, I was like neck isos. Haven't really heard of that. And then you said frog pumps. I was like,
Wait, hold up. You never did neck isos in football?
No, we would do like neck strengthening stuff, but we would never do like isos for the neck. No.
What would you do for the neck?
Take like a stability ball, put it on a wall, you know, roll it forward, roll it back, get like the range of motion there. This was like back when I was training a while ago. And then maybe like take a band, put it on like around head level and then like around your head and then work those ranges of motions. So, I mean, I could have made it ISO if I wanted to, but like it wasn't in the
Or even like
scripts.
just holding and pressing.
Oh, just like stuff like that? No, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, the stretches you were showing me, like stuff like that, you know, like I would just hold it there. You
Yeah.
know, take my head, go like that, you know.
But even isometric work where, like, if your partner and you press, like, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, that kind of thing.
We would
like,
never do that.
I'm surprised that they
No.
didn't have you guys
Unacceptable.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, because it's such a,
want to
Hell,
start
yeah,
bringing
that's
that into the.
maybe.
Football team
Actually, yeah, that's a
over
great
here.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
you
have to
know?
look into
Football
that.
every day.
Yeah?
You know, football.
Nice. Yeah, because very head-driven sport.
Well, that
you know?
head, you know.
And we had him
Head
do
gear.
neck bridges too.
Mm,
So.
yeah. Just
That
like
was-
getting up, like extending.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked that there are a lot of programs that don't do that.
Yeah.
That's one thing I brought to Albertus, and like, why are we doing this? So I was like, I don't know, maybe because I don't want you to get concussed.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
Break your neck, your cervical
You
spine.
know, the best way to actually train the neck is to do isos, but along the same direction of the neck fiber. So working in like a rotational fashion instead of just like lateral.
Down.
Straight.
Wasn't that the Joe DeFranco, that gentleman? who
Yeah, have
break-
you heard? What's the name of that?
He developed that machine.
Iron neck.
Yeah,
Iron
that's
neck.
it.
I think that's what it's called. You haven't seen the machine?
No.
So basically, the poor man's version. So, all right. So that machine, it's basically just like almost like a crown that sits on your head,
Yeah.
and it's hooked up to like a bungee. You can hook up. To
Oh,
cables.
I have seen that.
Yeah.
I have seen that.
That
Yep.
works, and that's awesome. And then what I would do as a poor man's version is like it's easier to do it with a helmet on, because then you could just grab someone's face mask and have them rotate it.
Yeah.
You could rotate it for them and then have them
Push
resist
against.
in different directions. But another way you can do it too is just have a band hooked up to that same helmet and do all the same movements.
I
But
like
the best
that.
thing to do is just spend the money on the iron neck. So,
I like that.
yeah, girls would actually benefit from that. Our female athletes would benefit the most because of females have a smaller neck to shoulder ratio. That's why they suffer more concussions than males.
Mm.
I think we went over that in this podcast once before, right?
Yes. We were talking, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just about concussions in general, I think.
Mhm.
And then, yeah.
I remember I said that one time to a parent. I was like, yeah, girls suffer more concussions than boys. And she was like, yeah, because we're more badass. I was like, actually, no, it's your structure.
Yeah, your
But-
biological
Yeah.
makeup.
And she was like, what?
We're
And I was
not
like, no.
debating that.
There's nothing wrong with saying the fact that a woman's body is different than a male.
Wasn't meant to be offensive.
Yeah. That was like
Oh my God.
all the more reason why we focus on shit like that.
Yeah, we do more knee strengthening stuff for females because they're more prone to ACL tears.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's why it drives me crazy seeing like a lot of college programs write like a lot of front squats in for their female athletes. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, their fucking quads are already tighter than normal
Yep.
because
Yeah.
the position of their hips.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
We were having that conversation, I think, too.
Drives me crazy. So, all right. Anything else to add? You have any advice for anybody?
Advice?
Yeah.
I mean, keep the theme, you know. Make sure you're recovering, you know. Make sure you're taking time for yourself. I mean, just coming to the gym and putting in the time, lifting weights, you know, or whatever you're doing in here, that's a win, you know. So, but after you do your workout, after you do all that, you know, make sure you're getting good sleep, eating right, like, you know, bringing it back to the basics. Yeah, I mean, your body will thank you 10 years from now, you know, or even next week. So, yeah.
It's good that you're saying that, too. It's, you know, we try to toe the line as much as possible.
Yeah.
And everybody's got their breaking point. So when we start to, you know, add more stressors in too, and the goal was to push yourself within that 6 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it was almost like trying to find that breaking point without finding that breaking point, and you know,
Yeah.
adding in other things into your life too. All right, so I'm starting to track my food. You know, my program is set. You know, certain days that I'm working even like double sessions. So that even, you know, so that in itself was it was just more intensity.
Yeah.
More, what could the body handle? What could your body handle?
Yeah.
You know, just getting, you know, in touch with what's best for you.
And now I
Yeah.
know going forward. You know,
Yeah.
So.
This is big.
Yeah.
This is huge.
No doubt.
All right.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. What would you say is one last question.
Yeah.
Your favorite supplement from Prestige Labs that helped you feel the strength?
Ooh, good. The pre-work. I've never used pre-workout, so I definitely felt that when I started using it. Definitely helped with the pump, but
Awesome.
the maybe the Burn AM, maybe, I don't know. If I feel like that might have had some impact, you know.
Absolutely.
But
Cool.
yeah.
That's definitely our number one seller.
Burn AM.
The Burn AM.
Yeah.
And right behind it was Sleep Multiplier until it went out of stock. So yeah, hopefully that is back in stock soon because that is a wonderful supplement.
Yeah.
Anything else to add?
No, I think you did great, and that's the journey.
Appreciate it.
Cool.
A lot of learning in this process. There was a lot of learning.
So
Somebody has a question.
Put him on the pod.
Syracuse apparently.
Put him on the pod.
Yeah, we're taking calls.
Taking live calls.
Overdrive AF podcast. What's your question?
I'm trying to send it right to whatever. I'll just play in the background. Anyway, if you guys want to find Jimmy on social media, you can find him in the Yellow Submarine.
Yep. Actually, in the octopus's garden.
Do
That's where I'll be at. That's where I'll be at.
you spell it like in a funny way? Like,
In a
do
funny
you,
way.
instead of like writing like O, you use the number 8 and then 8 CTUOUPS or whatever it is?
No.
No, nothing crazy?
No,
You're
nothing
not from
crazy.
the AIM generation, that's
No.
why.
Nah. A little before my time.
Alright, so that's all we have for this week. Remember to even check out the supplements that Jimmy used on his
Mhm.
his little journey was you can go to overdrivefitnessny.com, click on Prestige Labs. You can get the same wholesale discounts that we get, and then you can also go to muscleleg.com/overdrive to receive 10% off on your order. Definitely the easiest way to. And I was talking about someone. Who was I talking to about this the other day? They were like, "I'm always falling short on my protein." And I was like, "I need a better breakfast." I was like, "Dude, Muscle Leg." I was like, "It's the easiest way. Like how that's how I get. I start off my day with 50
Oh,
grams
was
of
it Kevin?
protein."
Was it Kevin?
Maybe it was Kevin, Black Kevin.
Yes, not Coach Kevin.
Yeah, Asian Kevin. And we have White Kevin's back now.
We have multiple
Yeah.
Kevins.
Yeah,
Multiple
see?
Kevins.
And people think it's being racist. It is using adjectives to be specific.
Yeah. No mix-ups, you know.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
mix-ups.
I didn't say anything offensive with that.
No.
Just stating the obvious.
Yeah.
So that's all we have for you this week on Overdrive AF, and we'll catch you next week on another episode. Peace.
Later.